Hello, Taurus. How are all my lovely Taurians out there in the world of YouTube? This is Tarot Me Please coming at you for a general reading for all my faithful Taurians for the week of March 27th, 2023. I'm going to lay down your cards, and I know what you're here for, so I'm going to make it nice and succinct, but not too fast. Okay? I want to make it coherent, succinct, but not too fast. Because these things can't be rushed, y'all. Alright? Alright, Taurus. And to give you an example of not too fast, I'm going to take a minute to go within, take a step back, feel your energies, let the energies flow through the cards and let the cards absorb the energies, especially your energy, Taurus, to allow them to tell you what you need to know, to allow the cards to give you insight, clarity, and guidance. And to look at things from an objective point of view, as opposed to a subjective point of view, right? To look at the big picture in our lives. All right, it's good enough for me. Taurus, what is your energy going to be this week? Oh, fast. Okay, Taurus, your energy is embodied by the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is young energy, not quite as young as a child, but kind of like adolescent energy. The Knight of Swords has to do with courage and charm, has to do with being opinionated and direct and somewhat impatient, focused, daring, ambitious, being a perfectionist. So is that how you're feeling lately, Taurus? Is you're feeling opinionated and direct and impatient somewhat? Ambitious? Perfectionist? That's certainly what the card's saying. Let's look at the energy that's crossing you this week. Oh, hard at work. Okay, so you're going to be hard at work. You're going to be somewhat stressed out, somewhat burdened, I dare say. That's the Ten of Wands card, and that card has to do with being at the peak of your expertise at work, and at the same time just kind of like taking more than you could truly comfortably handle. Feeling the responsibility and the duty, the stress, the obligation of work, burning out somewhat, struggling, and wanting to know when can I put these wands down? Because right now they're feeling like a bit of a burden. Having said that, let's now look at your recent past, Taurus. Okay, your recent past has the Hierophant card, and that's the Taurus card, right? So that's very interesting. This is a Taurus reading, and here in the recent past, the Taurus card came up. And that's you being yourself, which is a good thing. It's a sign from the universe that you're aligned, right? That you're doing the right thing. You're going on the right path. If it's not your card, if it's not a Taurus that this card is talking about, then it's the Hierophant. And the Hierophant talks about traditions and conformity and expectations. It's a major arcana card, obviously. And it has to do with knowledge and sharing and traditional institutions, marriage, beliefs, commitment. So very old world things here. And you tell me, Taurus, what is it that is old world about your recent past? Does it have anything to do with religion or traditions? Or does it have to do with um, maybe like going to church, or there was a marriage, there was a wedding recently? You tell me. It could be different for all my Tauruses out there. Let's now look at your immediate future, Taurus. Okay, so that's the Two of Wands, and I'm thinking, okay, we have two Wands cards already, and we haven't even flipped all the cards yet. And Wands have to do a lot with work and projects and creativity. And specifically, the Two of Wands has to do with planning, planning your first steps, decision making, taking risks, leaving your comfort zone. And if I haven't already told the story about this Two of Wands card, this is you, Taurus. And you have amassed a certain, I guess, mini fortune of comfort where you are right now. And so this globe that you're holding here is your world. You've mastered it. And you're standing from your balcony or villa, and you're looking out at the real world and anticipating and contemplating. Are you ready to leave this world that you've already conquered in order to go and conquer out new lands, another world? And you're making plans. And this staff, this wand, represents the old world, which you've already conquered. And then this new staff is what you're about to go conquer. So you're making plans to leave your comfort zone, which is wonderful. Let's look at your conscious field. What is going to be on your mind this week, Taurus? Oh, okay, I didn't expect that, but I'll take it. That is the Eight of Swords card. That's the self-restriction card. The Eight of Swords talks about your mind playing tricks on you. Your mind telling you that you're isolated and you're trapped and you're restricted and powerless. Maybe that you're being victimized, that you're paralyzed. But the other story for this card is that you aren't really trapped. You may feel that you are. You may feel victimized, but the thing is, you don't have to be. You can break free from the rope and the blindfold, and you can go around these 8 swords over to the castle in the background here. Okay, so this card is basically the universe telling you that although you may feel trapped, you aren't. Not really. It's your mind kind of imprisoning you. And you got to break free from those restrictions that your mind is putting on you, is what the universe is telling you, Taurus. Let's now go to this field. What energy might be influencing you, Taurus, although you may not be aware of it? The Chariot card. Okay, so that could be a Cancer, a Cancerian, in the back of your mind, because this is the unconscious field. Okay, because this is the Cancer card. Otherwise, it could be you secretly, unconsciously wanting to go ahead full force with the confidence and the focus that you need to achieve your goals. So I feel that, what you're having on your mind consciously, and then what you have in the back of your mind, is that you want to be confident and you want to go ahead, focus with no restrictions, but your conscious mind is like thinking too much. Your conscious mind, your normal mind is kind of like working overtime at restricting you. Whereas your heart, your spirit is like, no, you're not restricted. You can actually go ahead, focused, overcome all the obstacles. Yeah. This is definitely a work reading. Definitely. Let's now go to your hopes and fears for this week, Taurus. Okay, so this is what you're fearing. This is not what you're hoping. This is what you're fearing. Um, or is it what you're hoping, actually? You know, it's two sides of the same coin, really, the hopes and fears. This is you. This is you imagining yourself walking away from something. And I'm thinking it's you walking away from this burdensome, stressful job. And you're walking away from it. You've been fulfilled, but it's not fulfilling you anymore. It's kind of like stressing you out. It's like, you know, you've exhausted all these cups and it's time to move on. You can't stack any more cups on top here. But what you're moving on to is very mysterious and unsure and unknown. And that's a little bit stressful in itself, isn't it? So you want to walk away from your current job because it's not fulfilling you as much as it used to. In fact, it's burdening you, it's stressing you out. But at the same time, it's like, you know, what's waiting for you on the other side? You don't know that either. You know? Well, I could talk forever about this, but I won't. I'll flip some more cards. What is your influence going to be? That's what I want to know. What is your attitude going to be towards, you know, in your trajectory towards your final outcome, Taurus? Oh, okay. You're going to be the wounded one. Yeah. See, I see a lot of similarities with these cards. Okay, let's first talk about these two cards. Okay, they're very close together. This is the 10 and this is the 9. And this is you. And this is you. And this is you just being stressed out and burdened and feeling a sense of duty towards this job, but you ain't feeling it. And this is you having been through battle, having been through an ordeal at this job, and having the war wounds to show for it. And it's like you're thinking, oh, when is it going to stop? Do I give up? Do I, leave? Or do I persist? This is the card of persistence, perseverance, but also, feeling kind of wounded and knocked about a little bit. So, yeah, whatever work you're at right now, Taurus, I feel the weight of it, for sure. I feel the weight of it. I feel the responsibility that you're feeling. And I'm feeling the conundrum that you're in. It's like, this job is stressful and everything, and it's not satisfying me as much as it used to, and it's time for me to walk away from it. But at the same time, it's like, what's waiting for me in the future? It's kind of unknown. Is it gonna be as good? My future job, is it gonna be as good as my current one, even though my current one isn't looking so hot these days? Yeah. But you are gonna persist. You're wounded, you've been battled, and you've been kind of battered, but you're persisting. Okay, what about the external influence? Something that you can't control. Okay, this is definitely a work reading. That's the 5 of Wands, and that talks about instability. It talks about conflict, talks about disagreement and competition and tension, arguments and aggression. So this is definitely the other people at your job. It might be a particular person at your job, but this is definitely at your job. And no wonder you're feeling battered, and no wonder you're feeling burdened. Yeah, it hasn't been easy, has it? Look at all these cards, all these Wands cards surrounding each other. We got the 9 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, all having to do with work. Oof. And the stress of the current situation and trying to make plans to move on. I can't wait to see what the final outcome is now that You know, we've talked about all this other stuff. Okay, so what is the final outcome looking like? Now, just remember that this doesn't have to be the final outcome because energies are always shifting, but this is how it's looking at this is how it's looking like right now. The Hanged Man. Okay. Doesn't tell us much. The Hanged Man is like you feeling trapped, feeling confined, uncertain, you feeling like a lack of direction, needing release, needing to let go. So, I was hoping the outcome would tell us where you would end up, if you would end up at your current job still or at a new job. But it's telling me that you're still waiting. I'm sorry about that. I just gotta tell you what the cards tell me. So yeah, the Hanged Man. Feeling trapped, feeling confined, uncertain, a lack of direction, feeling needing release, letting go. Oof. That's a heavy reading. That's a very heavy reading. So yeah, it's very clear. Wow, this is one of the clearest readings I've done. It's like you making plans to leave, but you haven't actually taken the first steps on your new trajectory yet. You're just thinking about it. You're just making the plans because you're still at your old place, at your comfort zone. And for some reason, Taurus, you feel limited in the direction that you can take away from this current job, even though this current job ain't doing it for you anymore. Because, you know, it doesn't feel like a pleasant workplace. It might have been at one time. It might have been fulfilling at one time, but right now it seems like kind of like a battlefield for you of sorts. You know? And it's like in the back of your mind, in your spirit, you want to move on, you want to go full speed ahead into something new, but you feel limited. And you're hoping to walk away from this job that once fulfilled you but doesn't have anything to offer you anymore. You're hoping for that, but it's so unclear what you're going to be moving on to. Oof. Heavy. A very heavy reading here. But I sympathize with you, Taurus. I sympathize with you. I feel you. Anyway, that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope some, if not all, resonated with you. And if it did, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, Tarot Me Please. It's been a pleasure. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.